What is going on, my fellow winners? My fellow winners of 3 games in a row. Imagine not being at the beginning of December and being on a 3-game winning streak. That's what your Jacksonville Jaguars are dealing with right now. Got a really fun show for you guys tonight. Of course, the Jaguars demolished the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, but there's a much more important divisional matchup this upcoming Sunday that could give the Jaguars sole possession of first place in the AFC South. Got to bring in my co-host first. We got Jordan DeLuga from the Ginjag YouTube channel. What's up, Jordan?
Yo, how we doing? I know how we're doing. You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, we know how we're doing. We're not talking about Tankathon. We're talking about playoff seeding right now. Do we want division? Do we want the wild card? I mean, at the very least, right now, it seems like wild card at the very least is a very strong possibility, which is so cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about that for sure. Let's bring in our beloved co-host.
No, just keep talking. I'm good back here. I'm fine. I'm enjoying listening to y'all. This is cool.
You make a great point. So, Jordan, with this game on there he is.
Did anyone see Jordan say he was going to kill me on Twitter, making death threats?
I saw that. I like the drama, though. I like the drama. It keeps the show going, okay? Because we all know you guys hate each other.
I'm reporting you to the league.
Yeah, report them to the league.
Report me to the league. Just don't report me to Twitter. Okay.
I mean, all I know is ever since Jordan got that media pass, he's just been a complete asshole.
Yeah, death threats and
it's not good. It's not good. But you know, I do love the fire. I love, like, he says similar stuff to us that LaQuint Allen says to Jeffrey Simmons. You know, it's wild behavior from Jordan that you guys don't see because, you know, he's not mic'd up behind the scenes.
Right. That's why we have to do a little pre-show meeting to make sure he gets it all out of his system.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, Jordan, you ready? You ready? You got them all out?
I'm Logan Cook talking to whoever that special teamer was.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever heard so much like direct quotes from trash talk in a game? I've never heard that before.
I mean, if you've watched one like sounds of the game and it's like bleep 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 bleep, like what do you think they're saying on the field?
I mean, all over the place. like
I've never heard players talking about it post game. Like, well, he said this, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, it's like he's tattletaling. It's like, oh well, I did this because this guy was being mean and said that I was being bullied by the punter, so that's why I got the That's why I got the personal foul against him. It's wild stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That Mike McCoy culture.
I mean, a year ago, you know, Trevor Lawrence got this cheap shot and no one would, only like Evan Ingram would back him up. Now all 53 players are going to be jumping on that guy. So,
yeah. And Mike McCoy, talk about just so fired up to get a field goal. On the first, I mean, I've never seen a coach so excited in the first quarter.
Hey, they did have a lead.
I mean, yeah, the Jaguars had a lead against the Lions last year, so that was pretty fun too. But I got to say this. I mean, you got to respect Mike McCoy for just how important he feels field position is, right? When it's 4th and 5 from your own 40 and you're down 20, yeah, why don't you punt it away and pin them back?
Yeah,
you know, you don't want to try to go for it. You don't want to risk giving up more points. But yeah, so yeah, the Jaguars handle the Titans on Sunday. You know, a game that we've all been kind of licking our chops for, right? We've seen Houston get 2 shots at him. We've seen Indy get 2 shots at him. We haven't got our opportunity, and the Jaguars definitely took over. Jaguars win this one at 25-3. Never really in doubt, even though they went down 3-0 to start. That was the only time we were really sweating it. They had one good drive, and they couldn't even get a touchdown from it. So, Jordan, your overall thoughts on the game?
Goodness. Where to begin? I think I want to talk about Trevor Lawrence because everybody likes to crap on Trevor Lawrence around here. Not just here on this channel, not just in this club, but all around Duval County. I think Trevor Lawrence, since the bye, has he been perfect? Absolutely not. But is there tangible growth within the offense in a brand new offense for him? Absolutely. I mean, the guy looks like he's playing good football. He has the 3rd most touchdowns in the NFL since the bye. I'm looking at you, Jason.
I'm just waiting for my turn to talk. You go ahead.
But honestly, what I think is pretty cool, he has the 11th highest adjusted completion percentage since the bye and the 4th highest average depth of target. They're pushing the ball intermediate, not like deep down the field, but they're pushing the ball 10 plus yards down the field pretty consistently. He's completing a lot of these passes. And again, seeing Jacoby Myers and Trevor Lawrence's connection and Britton Strange to a lesser extent in this game, it's just unbelievable how Trevor Lawrence, how much chemistry or consistency he has when he's throwing to those two players in particular. 85% completion percentage throwing to those two guys. And you saw that again in this game. So it's just kind of wild how much better he's been, but also the variance between the top two receivers for the Jaguars in terms of how efficient the passing offense has been when they've been throwing him the ball and everybody else.
What's your take, Jason?
I think I might be spoiled now as a Jags fan because we just beat the Titans 25-3, and I don't think the Jags played that well. I really don't think the Jags played that well. I mean, when you look at the second half, I mean, that was not a very good performance by the offense in the second half. Yeah. I mean, it was Trevor Lawrence, great. He had Britton Strange and he had Jacoby Myers. I mean, it was nice to see with those two guys, like he can throw to the middle of the field again because a lot of the big plays from those two guys, including both the touchdowns, came on middle of the field throws, which is what he was lacking when Strange wasn't here and Myers wasn't here or Strange was injured. But I mean, 16 completions. And you can say all you want about like, well, they didn't have to. Like they won 25-3. They were comfortable. Well, that mindset is what lost you the Texans game, you know? And so you really just want to I would have liked to see them finish a little bit better. And that's why I said I'm spoiled because
but the defense finished.
Yeah, I mean, defense, you're right. But I mean, that Titans offense is abysmal, but I'll give them credit. You have to beat your opponent. You know, and not that long ago, I was begging for wins at all. So I understand the context of this and what it sounds like. But if I can be a little critic, I would have liked to see them finish the game a little bit better. Just to avoid what happened in the Texans game happening again against a good team.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I hear you on that. But my thing that that makes me not really worried is that the Jaguars offense has shown in the fourth quarter of games, like when you're down and you need to score, like they can do it. And you know, if there were a crazy hypothetical situation where the NFL league called the Jaguars at the start of the fourth quarter and said, "Hey, if you guys can get up to 40 points, we're going to give you the number one seed," I feel like the Jaguars could have been able to go down there and you know really put their stamp on it. I just wonder how much they were trying, and it was weird at the end of it because you're right, like the Jaguars were kind of trying to run it out, but it was almost like Cam Ward was doing a better job of running out the clock than the Jaguars offense was. Just, you know, they shut down the run game, and you know that's something that you know, Jeffrey Simmons, great player. I mean, they were stopping our run pretty well. Couldn't really stop the pass as much, but I'm not as worried about not being able to step on their throats as much because, you know, like I said, we've shown, I think, time and time again this season when we're down and we need to get a score in the fourth quarter, we are able to do it.
Except against the Texans.
Except against the Texans, yeah. And that's
except for when you're facing an elite pass rusher.
Fair.
Well, it's like if you say, you know, elite the Jaguars. Go ahead.
Go for it.
I was about to say it's like if you say the Jaguars are a team that commits a lot of penalties besides against the Chargers, but I think that's an outlier, right? It's kind of what it feels like the Texans game might be, kind of an outlier, and it's also the best defense in the NFL, which, by the way, I hope we don't have to play them in the playoffs. I can say that right now.
The Jaguars have had 3 or 4 games where they weren't heavily penalized, but for the most part, you're exactly. I mean, they are just way too heavily penalized, and I still do really worry about the offensive line's ability to pass protect against good defensive fronts. Because like the Titans, they don't have a great defensive front. They have Jeffrey Simmons and Devondre Sweat. I mean, Arden Key's okay. You had Jihad Ward making. Was Walker Little concussed when Jihad Ward put an inside spin on him and sacked Trevor Lawrence? I don't know, but that was
let's hope he was concussed.
I mean, that was terrible. It was just terrible. I mean, terrible blocking. He had to have been.
Gosh,
like he didn't even put his hands up. Like, no. I get his spin move's effective, but like, try.
When is the last time you saw Jihad Ward put his spin move on? When was the last time he got a sack? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but goodness gracious,
to be honest, I didn't know he was still in the league until this game.
He's a locker room guy.
So yeah, I worry about that. There's a lot of things still that you can point at and worry about, but I do think one thing you can't question is the team's toughness and kind of fight. They keep getting after it every week.
That's true. So with that one, I mean, the Jaguars were able to win 25-3, and it's hard once you get up, like, because like Jason says. I mean, is that the main thing that bothered you about the game, Jason? Just that offense wasn't able to step on their throats on the other team.
The thing that's bothering me, and I do want to get y'all's like thoughts on this, and I want to just pull up the schedule just so I can go game by game. This is what's worrying me is like you look at the Titans game. I don't necessarily think the Jags played that well. Like I really don't. In the Cardinals game, they won in overtime. I don't necessarily think they played that well. Like you could point to some good things, but they beat the Cardinals by 3. They played a good game against the Chargers. I'll give you that. Didn't play that well the week before against the Texans. Didn't play that well the week before against the Raiders, where they won by 1 point. Didn't play that well against the Rams the week before when they got blown out. Didn't play that well against the Seahawks when they lost. Then you go to the Chiefs game where they played well. So that's a long string of games where I look at it, and yes, we're not apologizing for wins, but we have a long streak of games where the team didn't necessarily play that well, but they still came out with the win. And I'm not criticizing them. I'm in a weird place. Like I'm in a weird place in how to feel. So is there any validity to that, or am I just like overthinking things?
No, I think that there is. But what I also will say is which teams in the AFC are playing consistently good football? I mean, I think you can point at the Patriots, but they haven't played half the teams the Jaguars have played in terms of strength of schedule. I know the Broncos have a really good record, and they have a great defense and a well-coached offense and some talent on the offensive side of the ball. But I think that the Jags offense is performing pretty damn well. And yeah, you would have liked to seen them finish the game, but overall, they're scoring 29 points a game over the last 5 games. And part of that is the defense playing well too. It's not just the offense, but I think they're headed in the right direction. But it all comes down to this. If they win against the Colts, they're going to win the division. If they beat the Colts this week, they're going to win the division because they have a much easier road ahead. Because if they get to 9 wins, then they have the Jets the next week, and then they have the Titans to end the season. I mean, you're staring 11 wins in the face.
Yeah, and
so
I think
it's a huge game.
Yeah, and I think to Jason's point, the Jaguars, like last year, a lot of people were like, when the Jaguars were 4-13, it's like, yeah, we were 4-13, but look at all those 1-score games that we lost. And I think when you look at it, the Jaguars this year have won a lot of 1-score games. And, like in the last, you mentioned that span of games, the Jaguars beat the Raiders. The Raiders stink. It was a close game, but the better team pulls out ahead, and they ultimately win. The same exact thing with the Cardinals. And I think right now, are the Jaguars a great team? I don't necessarily think they're a great team. I do think it's a good team, but I think right now the Jaguars have set themselves up in a position of 8-4. They have a huge game this Sunday, and the Jaguars have played themselves into a playoff spot. And once you get into the playoffs, dude, it is anybody's game. It's truly anybody's game. And, we've seen the Jaguars, and the crazy thing about the Jaguars is the Jaguars are so heavily penalized, but they win those games. The Jaguars can be -4 in the margin and win those games. I mean, there is something to that where, this team, there's a lot that they're not good at, but the one thing that they are very, very good at is winning games. And I think that's just a testament to just how tough, Liam Cohen has really made this team.
I also think it's a testament to the just lack of elite teams in the AFC right now, because they've taken care of business in the AFC. They have beat 2 teams in the NFC who are competitive. I mean, the Panthers and the 49ers.
True.
They also got smacked by the Rams, and really they got beat up by the Seahawks, even though they could have won that game if a few things went a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I think another thing you can point to, and I'm actually regurgitating this from someone I heard on the radio, maybe Jeff Loggeman, but like coaching matters now. Like you look at all these teams with the Broncos with Sean Payton, the Patriots with Mike Vrabel, the Bears with Ben Johnson, the Jags with Liam Cohen, the Rams with Sean McVay. Like you're seeing like the top tier coaches are the teams that are doing well this year. Not necessarily, I mean, the quarterbacks are playing well, but it's more to me on the coaching than it is on the individual teams that are breaking away from the pack.
Yeah. And really, once these playoffs start, I mean, it just feels like every game is gonna be like a toss up on like who's gonna win it. Like No, there it could very easily be like all of a sudden all the wild card teams somehow win the first week. Just with how crazy the AFC is right now. I don't think there's a juggernaut right now. And I don't necessarily think like a team's going to get into the AFC that's necessarily like a bad team. It's like you have a whole bunch of teams that are so close to each other. It's going to be really, really intriguing when it starts. But yeah, the Jaguars, I mean, 8-4, and I think to Jason's point, it's like, just maybe not being satisfied with the win. It's like I'm trying to figure out like, because I still haven't been unhappy at their win and like been unsatisfied just because I know how hard it is to win in these leagues. And I think maybe as the Jaguars start, getting back-to-back winning seasons and going to the playoffs, maybe I'll be a little bit more critical of that. But it does feel like after this Titans game, it's like we were already ready for the Colts game. Like there really wasn't a lot of like victory lapping this one. It was like Sunday was cool, but by Monday, I think all of us are looking at this upcoming game at home against the Colts for an opportunity, because right now the Jaguars are first place in the AFC South, but it feels a little bit, to me, it feels it's just tied. You're tied right now. You got to beat them, and then I can really feel like I can start victory lapping about where we are right now.
It doesn't help that the Texans are on your heels and we dropped the last time we played them. Like I think that also factors in. It's like it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
If the Jags lose this game, there is a chance that they would not be in the top 7 in the AFC after week 14.
Yeah.
What week are we right now? 12?
This is week 14.
This is week 14. So that Jaguars could lose this and be out of the playoff picture?
Not out of the playoff picture, but
no. But I mean, we'd be in the hunt. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
But that would take a lot of teams winning games.
But it'd be like a round robin of like, tiebreakers, like how we were behind the Chargers last week, even though we beat them type of situation. Because we have tiebreakers over like everybody.
Yeah. So I'll bring it up for you real quick here. So conference standings, obviously the Jags are currently ahead of the Chargers. But if they drop out of the AFC South lead and the Chargers win this weekend, and the Bills win this weekend, and the Texans win this weekend, obviously that means the Colts win. The Jags are no longer in the top 7.
Wow. Yeah. That's huge, man.
Now, is all that probably going to happen? I mean, probably not. The Chargers are playing against the Eagles. That's not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. The Colts are playing the Jaguars, as we all know. The Bills are taking on the Bengals, which is a lot tougher than it looked a couple weeks ago. The Texans are taking on the Chiefs. So not all of that is likely to happen, but it's just to say like the Jaguars are not out of the weeds yet at all. But winning this game would put them in a spot where they can feel pretty damn comfortable. At least fans could feel comfortable. Of course, inside the building, they should not feel comfortable.
Who are you guys more worried about taking the Jaguars spot, the Colts or the Texans as division winner?
What's that?
Who are you more worried about potentially winning the AFC South, the Colts or the Texans?
Ask me on Monday or Sunday.
That was kind of what my answer was going to be too. I was going to say, as I sit here right now, based on what I've seen, the Texans, but there's no telling what the Colts will look like on Sunday. So if they come out looking really good and we squeak out a win or we lose, then yeah, I don't know.
I worry about this game being similar to like when they played the Rams, when all of a sudden Sean McVay, just without Puka Nacua, started running like, what was it, 12 personnel more 13. Than like, 13 personnel more than he's run like in his entire career, and it completely threw off Liam Cohen. I'm worried this is going to be the same thing because like a Shane Steichen, if they miss out on the playoffs, like that whole regime is going to be gone. I mean, if they choke this away. So I'm worried about this being like the crap against the wall thing. They do a bunch of stuff that we haven't seen before, and they completely throw us off guard, because I think this game is so much more important, to be honest, to the Colts than it is to Jaguars, just with the upcoming schedule and with how much they're reeling right now. Like the Colts after the Jaguars have the Jaguars again, and then they have the Rams and 49ers, like, and the Texans. I mean, that's insane.
This is what the Colts have. And I completely agree with you. The Colts' backs are against the wall. If they lose this game, pretty much say goodbye to the playoffs because then it's at Seahawks after this, versus 49ers, versus Jaguars, at Texans. If you lose this game and you drop 4 out of 5 games and you have Sauce Gardner on the bench, you don't know when DeForest Buckner's coming back, Daniel Jones has the, fractured fibula, good luck.
Yeah.
And that's
I think you're going to get the best shot from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I think of Daniel Jones versus the Jaguars, I just think of him running it all over us. And with that broken fibula or fractured fibula, I'm hoping that kind of limits that because that's my biggest fear is tight ends, mobile quarterbacks, and like big time number 1 wide receivers. Like those are the things that have just killed the Jags. And we'll see. Hopefully Daniel Jones. They're going to lean on Jonathan Taylor. I don't know if we're on to the Colts part yet, but it's going to be all about obviously stopping Jonathan Taylor and the tight end
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
Yep.
Yeah. This, and it's funny the way the Colts play because I think a lot of people are like, oh, they just want to run Jonathan Taylor like crazy. What they really want to do is they want to get a lead on you, and then once they get that lead, just start pounding the ball with Jonathan Taylor. And that's one reason why the last few weeks, it's like you look at them, it's like, oh my God, they went so far away from the run game in the second half. What happened? What happened is the team takes them out of their usual spot where instead of running to hold the lead and Jonathan Taylor is running all over them, they're backpedaling a little bit, trying to get back the lead. And then you look at the end of the game and it's like, oh, Jonathan Taylor had like 3 carries in the second half. So I really think the key to this thing is, man, like get a lead at halftime. If you can get a lead at halftime, make them uncomfortable. Like, that's I think that's going to be huge, to be honest with you.
It really is. And, when the Colts were 8-2, it was like, man, this team is so freaking good. But the signs were there even before Daniel Jones' injury, even before Sauce Gardner's injury, that this team might not be as good as their record. And I'm not discounting them at all because I still think they're a good team. But when you look at who they've beaten, they've only beat one good team, and it's the Broncos. And it was a pretty wild week 2 game.
That was a cheap win too. Like they won on leverage against the kicker that put them up 15 yards. Like, it was one of those weird end of the game penalties, and it just basically because they missed the kick, and then like the flag came in later, and I was like, oh, okay, they get another shot. But yeah, and they've been struggling.
You can technically say like the Chargers are a good team, but are they?
Yeah. They've won. They lost 3 out of their last 4. They won in overtime against the Falcons, who the Falcons kind of stink. But at the same time, like we won against the Raiders and Cardinals in overtime, so it just kind of happens. But I think the Jaguars have, I guess, a little bit more, a little bit more swagger coming into it, just because we're not reeling. We're playing with a little bit of confidence, and this game being in Jax is obviously huge. The Colts not winning in Jacksonville since 2014. Yeah, this is the biggest regular season game for the Jaguars since, the Titans in week 18 in 2022, where it was a winner gets the division. It feels very similar here where, the Jaguars can win this game. I don't think anybody can catch us for the division, especially if the Jaguars win combined with the Texans losing to the Chiefs. Like it's going to be way too hard for anybody to catch up to the Jaguars at that point.
Do you think?
Who do you want to play in the playoffs, the Texans or the Chiefs? If it comes to that,
did we talk about this last week? Didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I'd still rather play the Chiefs.
I
guess again, talk to us on Sunday.
Yeah, after the game. As I sit here now, it's the Texans. But Jordan, you got the inside info. You and Liam are like on text basis. What's the deal with Ross Madison? He's supposed to come back this week, or are we still rocking Devon Hamilton at long snapper?
I think Ross is okay.
He's okay.
That's not official, but I think he's all right. We can pull up the injury report from today.
I saw Parker Washington was a DNP today. I guess it's probably positive news he's not on the IR, right? Or do you think it really matters at this point? Because him getting hurt
definitely better. Yeah, that's not being on the IR is better than being on the IR. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
The DNPs are Walker Little with the concussion, Trayvon Walker with the knee, Parker Washington with the hip, Dewey with the he also concussion protocol. So those are the ones that are not practicing on Wednesday. And I don't want to say that you rule them out by any stretch. It's still early in the week, but a lot of times when guys aren't practicing on Wednesday, that's not a great sign.
Yeah. What's the plan for the receiver position with Trammell being cut? I mean, not only receiver position, but also like punt return.
Yeah,
he's back on the practice squad.
Right,
but it's only been Parker Washington and Trammell returning punts. So any idea what we're gonna do there?
They'll elevate him.
Trammell?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That scares me, man. He scares me on punt return. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't scare me, to be honest. Even at the like DeAndre Brown, that would scare me too. It's just, man,
I'll take Trammell
so
over
good.
Brown.
He's got such steady hands. I don't know. Even Trammell, I mean, he fumbled one last year. I don't know the guy. And sometimes, like, I've seen him, like, he locates some punts a little bit weird too. It scares me.
I just think he at least brings it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not as talented as DeAndre Brown.
Yeah. DeAndre Brown, healthy scratch this last Sunday. Yeah, he's been relegated all the way down.
I mean, and speaking of the practice squad elevation, Matt Dickerson, the D tackle, if he gets pushed down one more time, then he can't get re-elevated unless he's signed to the.
They signed him.
They did?
Yeah, they signed him to the active roster.
Okay.
So yeah, they're keeping him around for the time being and using him as key depth when you're dealing with some of those injuries that they do have up front.
Interesting. So, like, while we're talking about injuries, so, like, Travis Hunter, obviously on the IR. One thing that's interesting to me is, like, we haven't, like, seen him around at all. Like no sideline shots of him. Like, I don't see him in any of the, like, sounds of the games. Like, Jordan, like, when he's undergoing what he's doing right now, like, he's still in the building, right? Is he just? I mean,
the Jags have talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's not at practice.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to be at practice, but he's been rehabbing in Jacksonville, and his plan is to stay in Jacksonville.
Yeah. So he's not on the sidelines for the games or anything. He's just, I guess, maybe up in the booth or something.
I'm not sure exactly where he is watching the football games.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so disappointing we don't have him, to be honest with you, because
it is, but there's no sense in dwelling on that at this point. You'll get him back next year fully. Should be ready to go for the start of the offseason program, and learned a lot this year. I think the Jags learned a lot about how to handle the situation moving forward. Their plan is reportedly to continue on with the two-way player, which is what I think they should be doing. And that's that.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to some super chats real quick. We got Big Jags fan. Says the Titans are so bad. A Titans YouTube guy with 14K followers is changing his handle. Titans Anderson. What a sad team. Yeah, it's tough, man. This Titans team, oh golly, that's a terrible team. Like they sucked last year, they sucked this year. They're not going to be any good next year either. Like,
I mean, they could have back-to-back first picks overall. How embarrassing is that? I can't imagine.
I mean, they will. Yeah, they will. But their thing is,
I mean, team could do that.
Yeah. Oh, boo.
Dude, I think they might have the first overall pick in 2027 too. They're awful. Like, are there any? I mean, outside of like Cam Ward, like who are the building blocks on offense? Like,
the Patriots were awful last year too.
Yeah, but
and I'm not saying they're going to turn into the Patriots, but I'm saying it can look dramatically different next year.
Yeah, I mean, my worry is that because I know right now there's a little bit of noise. I don't know how much of it is true, but there's a little bit of noise about Mike Tomlin. Maybe his time is running up in Pittsburgh. I my fear is that they bring in a guy like that, but yeah,
I would be super scared of that.
Titans are in rough shape.
I mean, did the Patriots lose their first round pick due to injury season? That wasn't a lineman. And
Will Campbell.
Yeah, so they're winning without.
So are we? Look at us. We're winning too, baby, without our first round pick and next year's first round pick.
That's true.
So, yeah. What's it called? God of Chairs says Tennessee is at fault if the Patriots become a dynasty again. If you need more reasons to hate them, who cares about the Patriots? They're not in the
I'd
AFC
rather them
South.
be good than the Titans.
Yeah, I'd rather them
For
be.
sure.
Yeah, I'd so much rather them be good than the Titans. And I don't hold grudges. I mean, the Patriots. I mean, it's to me, it's a completely different franchise at this point. It's not Bill Belichick. It's not Brady. It's completely different team over there. So they can go dominate the Bills and dominate and scare that division. You know, we'll go here and run laps around the AFC South. Okay. We got Jason says Liam struggles with the easy things. Clock management can be poor, especially before the end of the first half, just like he doesn't step on throws. This is one thing I think he does have a point about, is like sometimes his clock management can be a little weird. Like not calling timeouts maybe on like third down or so, that maybe the Jaguars could get the ball back with more than 20 seconds. Like, for example, you know, I don't know the exact thing of everything, but I think if he handled his timeouts better last game, we'd have been able to get the ball back with more than 20 seconds. So has this ever irked either of you guys?
I think every single coach is going to have moments where you're like, what was that? But yeah, I mean, there've been some moments for sure. I think they did end up kicking the field goal, but like because they got a penalty on the Titans at the end of the first half, but like they should have just kicked it earlier.
Why didn't
it's
they?
like
Because of
he was
Devon
worried about
Hamilton?
the wind.
I thought he was worried about maybe Devon Hamilton.
I thought
Like,
Matisic was back at that point.
Was he back? Yeah, that was weird to me.
Yeah, so that was just a little example of it. But every coach goes through that, especially young coaches.
Not to mention he's like the offensive play caller, you know, and that obviously adds, you know, takes away from game management, whether we like it or not. Look, when you're zero focused on your play sheet, sometimes those things can slip through the cracks. It's not the clock management that irks me the most. It's him not taking the points on some of these fourth downs that irks me, but I get it. It's just, I'm an old head, but take the points sometimes is what I would say.
Yeah.
Or like the rollout on, you know, the 4th and short the other day to the short side of the field.
Yeah.
That was a pretty bad play call.
I've seen him call so many good plays.
Yeah.
I'll give him
exactly.
that. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
it's the decision making, I think, that Jason Silvers is talking about. That's the decision making that I'm like, okay. But listen, it's better than what we used to have. So
yeah. And I guess it's better than like meaninglessly calling timeouts because the play clock keeps winding down and then having to rush the very next play for some reason. So if I had to choose between an ultra aggressive coach on 4th down versus a coach that always takes the field goals, which there can be a balance. I'm not saying that, but if I had to choose, I would take the ultra aggressive coach. Yeah. I'll take Liam and all his perfect imperfections right now. Okay. He's got us rolling right now. And, you know, we're bought all back in. And all I know is that Everbank's going to be crazy on Sunday. And huge part to what Liam Cohen has done. Shout out to Biggs 904 in the building. Says, I agree we win Sunday versus the Colts. We own the AFC South. No one can stop us but us. Wish Travis Hunter wasn't hurt, but next year, BTJ Myers, Hunter Parker, it's going down. Yeah, that's
gotta sign Myers.
Yeah, and I think one big thing is no one can stop us but us. It's I mean, it's very true. Honestly, feels like we've been our own worst enemies many times this year. So, yeah, got to start.
No one can stop the Jaguars except elite pass rushers at times.
Yeah,
and Matt Stafford.
Yeah, that was rough. But yeah, shout out to Jason again. Jason Silver's throwing money around.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you. I don't get that enough from you.
No, it's good stuff, man. He says Patriots played 2 good teams and Broncos keep winning low-scoring games late. Also, I noticed all but one chose the Jaguars on the YouTube NFL preview. Jags number 1? ? Sometimes that's the kiss of death for a team. If all but one chose the Jags, so everyone's choosing the Jags. Yeah, that's
don't like that.
I don't like that either. I'd kind of rather people be sleeping on us, to be honest with you. But
yeah. And I think the Colts, well, when I checked last, which was a couple days ago, the Colts were favored still.
Yeah, they were. The Jaguars were underdogs, which is kind of crazy.
I don't, I get the narrative. I hope everyone's sleeping on us, but I kind of like them talking about us. I kind of like them talking about us
Well, the
on the
problem is
national media. I kind of like
they
it.
don't talk about us that much.
They
It's
really
just like
don't.
everybody
They don't.
I mean,
everybody picked them.
I know, but if we get to a point where they are, I'd be cool with that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Okay,
felt like
so
people were
let's
kind of
see.
talking. People were talking about us after the Chiefs game, and then we kind of just went out and lost 3 out of the next 4. But then now, I think we're starting to ramp it up a bit. But that's the nice thing is that we control our own destiny. We don't have to. We don't have to apologize to anybody. We don't have to kiss the ass of a playoff committee. It's a good situation.
Yeah. And I agree. I enjoy it when they actually are able to talk about the Jaguars more than just like silly Trevor Lawrence debates. Number 1
And-
overall pick bust.
And I'll be honest with you, like the older I get, just the less I really care. Like I don't look at power rankings. I don't overreact to what Stephen A. Smith says about us. Like I don't know. I really just don't care, to be honest with you. I mean, I used to, but it's just go out and handle business and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Clemson is better. Trevor owns the NFL. All right. Clemson is better is feeling good now. Jags.
Clemson is better. I'll say we see that name all the time.
Oh yeah. No,
on
he's
this stream. So we appreciate you.
No, he's a strong Trevor Lawrence supporter. He'll go over to the AFC South roundtable, throw super chats to defend Trevor's honor. So he's
Beautiful.
we all need a fan of ourselves like Clemson is better. Okay. They're out there. Everybody's got a Clemson is better out there for them. Big Jags fan says, when we make the Super Bowl, who do y'all want to play? Oh man.
Panthers.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the NFC playoff picture, but yeah, I don't care. Just go there. I don't care who we play. We'll match up against anybody we play, and I'll take it. The gaming Fitz says once they lost the coin toss and kicked the ball off, all the Colts are on their own in front of Duval. Yeah, it'll be a big one. It'll be a big one. That's all I can say. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to this show's sponsor. Whoop, these guys got backed out. Sleeper over here. Free $20 entry using promo code UCFJAG, which by the way, Jason, I got chopped. I got chopped.
No.
Yeah. You know who we can thank for that, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, I saw your tweet. Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mhm.
Dang.
That's a bummer.
That stinks.
I wonder where you
Huge
got
bummer.
him from. I wonder whose team you got him from.
Did I get him from your team?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He
That's
was
really
carrying
sweet
me
of
for
you.
a while.
That's really sweet of you. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
that
welcome. It's the least I could do.
yeah, it's rough times out here. But the thing is, if you put some money on Sleeper to go like higher in his projected total, they would give you your money back because he did get injured. However, they don't do the same in the chop leagues, man. These fantasy leagues aren't the same. So thank you, Amon-Ra, for all the points this year, but no thank you for what happened the very first game on Turkey Day. Right? That's quite the way to start your football watching. So yeah, Jaguars, of course, got a game this upcoming Sunday, if you guys haven't heard, against the Indianapolis Colts. So we can go ahead and look through some numbers here. Ooh, Jonathan Taylor for an any-timer. You guys like that one?
Oh, charge your phone. Jesus.
Low power mode.
I think
it's 9 p.m., man. It's been running all day.
As a gambler, don't forget the weather conditions may affect these gambling spreads.
Yeah, I'm hearing rain on Sunday.
A lot of rain.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
a lot
supposed
of
to
rain?
rain all day.
Yeah, and the day
Oof.
before, all day.
Oof. And I think rain's a little bit more predictable in the winter than the summer. If it was September, I'd be like, we're too far out. But now it's
like 86% Saturday and Sunday.
But wasn't it the same in Tennessee? Like when we did the show last week, it was supposed to be like rainy there, and then no.
That was a little overstated. Yeah. I think that this is feeling a little bit more real.
Uh-oh.
Like it was a 20% chance of rain at game time at this time last week for the Titans game. Yeah. I think it's like a 65% chance at game time now.
Yeah. Okay. But it's still Florida. It's still maybe.
It's a good thing your boys got club passes, babe, this week, baby. So,
let's go.
Shout out Taylor for those. But I will be dry. That's all I gotta say.
Big flex up in here. I love it.
I'll be having my rain jacket with me, that's for sure.
You going too, Jordan?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Gotta be there.
Hell yeah. All right, so we got Jonathan. I'm gonna go just Jonathan Taylor any-timer. Why not? Even though Jags defense is
I don't
good.
like that.
You don't like that, really? What about you, Jason? Let's break the tie.
I like it.
You like it? Okay.
I like it.
We'll keep it then. We'll keep it then. Let's see what else. I mean, Daniel Jones, 1.5 passing touchdowns. Kind of like less on that.
Definitely go less.
I like less on that.
Let's just see what we have. Okay, let's not just commit.
I don't know.
Right
I'm just a lot of these were popping out to me. Even Trevor Lawrence, 32.5 passing attempts. I like that number too. So
like that under.
Yeah, I mean that's not the thing is going less on that. But
it's ETN at.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I like that one. ETN 58.5 rushing yards.
They have a good run defense.
Yeah,
and they gave Tootin a lot of carries last week.
Like Tootin 8.5 longest rush. I'm not gonna do that one. His yards per carry has been kind of low. So we got these ones right here. I like the
good receiving yards. Good receiving yards.
Okay, let's see.
Go to Tyler Warren's. Tyler Warren's receiving. Ooh.
Yeah, I would take
Tyler
that
Warren over
49
receiving.
We got more than that one. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do this. We got 4 of them already. We'll put 5 down to win $29. How about that?
Easy.
Yeah, this is easy. So yeah, with that said, guys, promo code UCFJAG. We'll get you either 100% deposit match or, like we show right here, free $20 entry. Don't even have to put any money down. You guys get a little money to play with. So that should be good. Shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring. Got a few more super chats in here. People are excited, guys. People are excited. So let's see where we're at. Clemson is better again. It says it would be Jags versus Rams rematch. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of crazy. The Rams losing to the Panthers last week. Didn't see that coming, but I gotta say, I think we faced the Panthers, I think, at a very, very good time. I think we got lucky on the timing of that game.
Yes.
Love from Praha. Anyone else ever see the NFL page pregame prediction videos? Never thought I'd see they'd have us overwhelmingly the favorite against the Colts. Yeah, that's what people were saying. They're saying the whole crew is picking them. So that's interesting. Clemson is better. Richard Sherman got caught breaking into more people's homes again after watching Trevor destroy the tie. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Richard Sherman. He's got a very strong hate for there's people that are critical. He has legit hate out there on him. Not sure what that's about.
He's a clickbaiter. That's all he is.
Yeah. Sports edits. Colts hate week. Can't wait to see BTJ go off on him like last year. Yeah, that was a big BTJ game last year. A big, when BTJ is in a Prowlers, does pretty well. He does pretty well. That's what I know. So,
and he's done well against the Colts.
Yeah, and he's done well against the Colts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was kind of his breakout game. I mean, he had some plays before that, but he took off on them.
And no Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, no Sauce Gardner, no DeForest Buckner. I mean, that's it's a big help for the Jaguars, that's for sure. And then we also have Chicken says, from one new dad to another, cheers UCF Jag, let's go. And we got an old dad over here too, right? Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I'm right there. Yeah, no,
I'm all out of sorts.
It's me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm Dalton.
Yeah, there you go.
I grew a beard.
Well, I forgot Jordan's name, so I'm like, okay, this one under Jason. I was like, oh wait, I'm still got you guys wrong. Okay,
with the Brady Bunch.
Amateur.
There we go. It's a low budget. It's a low budget show. Okay, we're trying. Maybe if we make the Super Bowl against the Rams, we'll have a producer.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm an old dad now. Is that the case? Luke's 2.5. About to be 2.5.
No, he's not even in school yet. Still
but compared to me, dude, every month at this stage is insanely older. You know what I'm saying? My kid's about to be 9 months old. Time flies, man. Time flies.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you start counting the months, stop counting the months. That's when it's like.
The other day we saw this couple. We're like, oh, how old's your kid? And they were like 21 months. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of math I have to do. I'm like, how many years does that make it? Okay, 1 year, 9. Okay, So I don't see myself getting to that point, but yeah. So
I think once you get to 1.5 years, you just start saying a 1.5 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Years.
There's no way I'm going to respond with 23.5 months.
I've never been a dad. I feel like anything over 12 is weird. Again, never been a dad, but there's medical things that's involved. But
I think a lot of people like to say the months probably if their baby isn't walking yet.
Makes sense.
It's I'm not 1.5 years, but
Could you kind of handicap him a bit?
Yeah.
See, I'm not there yet, so I don't know. I mean, my kid's about to be 9 months old, so I'm still going by the months. But we'll see. You don't know until the live bullets start
That's
flying,
true.
right?
That's a good point.
You really don't know until you're out there in the heat of battle and people throwing the questions out there. So yeah, so this Sunday's game, Jaguars and Colts. I guess what's your guys' overall like confidence level in this one? I know we've kind of talked about it a bunch over here. I know for myself, like I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I really am. Like I think the matchup is good, and this will be a big strength on strength. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, NFL leading rusher. The Jaguars have allowed the least amount of rushing yards against teams in the NFL, so it'll be a big one here. I just think that the Jaguars are riding so much positive momentum, and I don't know, because the thing is, after the Texans game, we saw a look at how the Jaguars would respond after just an overwhelming meltdown, right? And the Jaguars responded after that one with 3 wins in a row. Like the Colts' backs are up against the wall. They are
That's what
as
scares
desperate. They're as desperate, but the thing is, we don't know how they're going to respond to this. Like they haven't been in the situation before. They've lost 3 out of the last 4. Okay, that's fine. But now they've had first place in AFC South all the way along. Now they're tied for first place. We're going to see how they respond. And I mean, I maybe, and I'm obviously very biased, but I think the Jaguars are going to put out a really good show. What do you think, Jason?
I don't know how to feel, man. I know it's not a good answer for a YouTube show, but I just kind of like don't know how they're gonna match up. Obviously, not having, like you mentioned, Sauce Gardner, DeForest Buckner, like we already mentioned, Daniel Jones with the limited mobility potentially. I just don't know. I mean, Jonathan Taylor always scares me. I mean, they let Tony Pollard run for like 35 yards on the first 3 plays last week. So I don't know. The tight end scares me. I think it'll be a close game. I think the Jags win though. I think the Jags are just a better team, but I definitely see it being like a 3-point game.
What do you think? What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah, I think I'm like 55% confident.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Like it's close, but I'm not like 50-50. I'm not 51-49. I'm a little bit more than that. I do think the Jaguars are the better team right now. I think that they've got a lot more momentum. I think that they have the better quarterback. I think that they have similar supporting casts offensively. Jonathan Taylor being the biggest X factor, and then Tyler Warren. But, I haven't seen anybody stopping Jacoby Myers and Brenton Strange and these guys consistently either. So I think the biggest difference between, like, if Gus Bradley was still the Colts defensive coordinator, I would probably feel like 95% confident about this game. Straight up. Lou Anarumo is a very good defensive coordinator. Liam Cohen talked about him today. Not on a question I asked, by the way. I know y'all like to give me a hard time here. But
I thought you were
Cohen
now. I thought you were on text level.
Yeah, I thought they're on like voice memo, like they send each other audio messages back and forth.
FaceTime. They're not FaceTiming yet?
Yeah. He has a Samsung, actually. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
I have no idea.
He's got the green text messages.
But Lou Anarumo's defense, he will bring exotic blitzes. He will blitz at times that you're just not expecting it. Like it's not always just third down and long when he blitzes. Like he'll also give you just a lot of different looks. It would help him tremendously if he had Sauce Gardner and DeForest Buckner. He's not going to have those guys, but there's still a lot of good football players on that defense. And if the Jaguars have a couple boneheaded plays against this team, like, Trevor Lawrence boneheaded plays or offensive line boneheaded plays or silly drops or, whatever it may be, they could very easily beat you. They could take advantage of those moments. Obviously, the big talking point is Jonathan Taylor, and the second one is Tyler Warren. But I think Trevor Lawrence has had so much success against the Colts in his career. This is a different challenge against this Colts defense than it has been in recent years, and he's got to be prepared for that.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I feel Maybe I'm just drinking too much Teal Kool-Aid. I feel more like 75%, to be honest with you.
I love it.
I will ask, if it's a rain game, does that make you more or less confident in this one? Because, I mean, of course, I think on paper, the rain would probably be better for the Colts just because they're running team and they would kind of slow down the Jaguars' pass attack. But at the same time, like they're also a dome team, right? So I don't know. Who do you guys think that favors?
And not the Jags are good against the run. They are good against the run. So,
Yeah.
That does help. But
it's good on good with the run games on both sides.
Something's got to give. That's what's exciting.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. May come down to whose kicker is better.
I'm going to say it favors the Jags.
Interesting.
I just think that I think they're going to be tougher.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a little tougher.
Yeah.
I think that matters.
Yeah.
And yes, Cam Little, a much better kicker. I mean, they have a bad kicking game right now.
Yeah, they have a new kicker right now. They brought in a new guy.
I mean, you do see, I do like that point, and I hate that Jordan made it, but we are the tougher team.
Next time I'll say it.
And you saw in our pre-show outline, Dalton, you were supposed to say that, okay?
Yeah. I have it right here. Then
but
Jordan always take all my good points.
Seeing the way LaQuint Allen and Logan Cook handled business last week, it's really solidified this team is tough, man. When your punter and your third down RB are the ones like starting fights, that's a team where everyone's bought in. And like you can call it, whatever you want, like, oh, a stupid point. No, dude, when your punter and your third down running back are locked into this team mentality of we're going to be the tougher team, it's spread throughout everybody. So loved seeing that. Another example is seeing BTJ. All right, I'm not catching the ball, but I'm going to run down the field and make a block. Like that's toughness. And like I think that's a good point. And I think that may be that may be why I'm a little bit more on the Jag side, is because I do think we're tougher than a lot of teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I think the Colts are tough too. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. There's a lot of physical guys on their team. Just look across the roster. But I think Liam's got these guys. He's got them going.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome. Because I don't know, like, does Shane Steichen have the team? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't watch their sounds of games or whatever. But, man, Liam Cohen just, and little big man makes a good point. They keep your name out my mouth.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, we see his pregame speeches, we see his postgame speeches, we see his accountability. I mean, the players love this guy. I mean, they run through a wall for this guy, and you can tell it's authentic. We're not trying to just like speak it into existence. And I just, this team fights, man. This team fights, and it feels like this team could just take over. And this game this weekend, I mean, it literally shifts you from, paying attention to what's going on in the AFC South and teams behind us to all of a sudden, next week we're going to start paying more attention to the Patriots and Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Just because, man, if you could just split the games with the Colts, and then if you beat the Jets and if you beat the Titans, that gets you to 11-6. I mean, that puts you in a really, really safe situation. And I don't think the Jaguars would move higher than the number 3 seed, just because we're getting the schedule's not. We only have 5 games left, and you need help from those teams. So when you're at that point, it's hard to really like be relying on that. But just this game this weekend, I mean, it's for everything, and it would really make us start feeling really comfortable about really the playoffs, because I can only imagine that the true odds, like the odds will jump from, I think it's like 75% probably up to like 99% if we win this one.
Yeah, they're at 85% right now
to make the playoffs.
83 to 85, depending on the platform you're looking at. But yeah, you win this game.
So where do you think the AFC South ends up? 1, 2, and 3. Like, I think Jaguars 1, Texans 2, Colts 3 is where it ultimately ends up at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think it's either Jaguars or Colts 1. If the Colts don't win this game, I think they'll be 3rd. If they win this game, I think they'll be 1st.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's huge for them. It's this game, to be honest, is so much more important for the Colts than it is the Jaguars, just because of the upcoming schedule and just momentum. Because losing 4 out of 5 and just spiraling downhill the way they are, that's tough. What do you think, Jason?
It worries me. Does it worry y'all that they're? I mean, we all agree they're in this situation where the back's against the wall. Does that worry you a bit? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, Shane Steichen in must-win situations has been awful. He's been awful.
Yeah.
He's been backed into a corner a lot of times.
Yeah, and it, aside from screw the Colts because they're in the AFC South, right? They're division rivals. You do kind of feel bad for Shane Steichen a little bit. He has been a very good coach, in my opinion, for the Colts.
Yeah,
he's dealt with.
I cry for him every night. I can't even go to bed without saying a little prayer for Shane Steichen and his family before I go to bed.
I'll be able to sleep well, but I think
after you send a voice memo to him, right?
If he doesn't get to keep his job because they fall apart and all that stuff, somebody's going to get a damn good offensive coordinator next year.
Maybe a head coach. Maybe the Titans get a new head coach.
Head coach.
Could be. Could be.
I mean, that would be if they miss the playoffs. That GM spot, it's like, all right, we got the GM spot open, but you're not going to have you're not going to have first round picks for the next couple of years. You'll have one in 2028, but next 2 years, no.
Yeah, they can't fire Chris Ballard.
Yeah. Imagine trading 2 firsts for a corner that doesn't play wide receiver. I can't imagine that.
Yeah. I would never.
Couldn't be me.
I would never. I mean, I can't relate. I personally can't relate. Shout out to Love from Praha. Don't want to be a downer. But every time we're not overwhelming underdogs, we lose. Would be the most Jaguars thing ever. Also, Thielen contender. I don't know. This Sunday, right? We were overwhelming overdogs and overwhelming favorites in one. So I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, and also Thielen. I know Jason or Jordan. I know you made a video about Thielen, right? Can you give us the version? Oh, he signed?
I thought that if Parker Washington was injured, he would make a lot of sense. Yeah, he did go to the Steelers. He got claimed by the Steelers.
I don't know. Earlier, you made a point where it's like, oh, Trammell will be signed back on the practice squad. But I think you saw that news and made the Thielen video. I don't know.
No, I did.
Jordan's a little fair weather fan, if you ask me.
Well, no, I'm not a big Austin Trammell fan by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know where we're getting that from.
No, I
but with you. Yeah, I thought that if Washington was down, Thielen could come in and probably do a little bit better job. Who knows how long it takes to onboard, but probably do a little better job as a slot receiver than anybody else you have.
Yeah,
compliment. I thought the relationship with Trubisky would have made it a done deal. But
yeah, and I reference that as well. There is some level of they've worked together before. I don't know how close they are, but
Connell's system is Liam's system is McVay's system. It's
claimed by the Steelers, and so
he was actually claimed.
Pretty boring.
He was waived and claimed.
Yeah, he was waived, and the Steelers are the team that claimed him.
I thought it was a thing where like if you're super old, like you can't get waived. It's just cut, and you get to choose. I guess not, dude. I don't know anything about sports anymore.
Yeah,
I remember, dude, two or 3 weeks ago, when the Jaguars, scored a touchdown against the Raiders in overtime. I'm like, we win, game over. And I was like, why are we kicking an extra point? I got really humbled. Man. I'll tell you that. Shout out to Nimzo. He says, what do you guys think about Liam losing some weight since his presser? Is it stress shedding, or is he becoming a fine-tuned machine like his team? That's a question for Jordan.
Jordan talks to him every day.
What's the breakfast regimen?
Yeah, I think it's not stress shedding. I mean, this guy has been a coach for a very long time. I think he is from the school of thought that you got to outwork your opponent. And I think that these are the coaches, these young guys from the McVay tree and et cetera, that they burn it at both ends. So I don't think it's just stress. I think he's always been highly, highly hardworking with his job. I think he's just wanted to get in better shape.
You make a good point. The Sean McVay tree, I feel like all the guys are in pretty tremendous shape. They're not the Andy Reid build. So I don't know. You might be onto something there.
I wouldn't have even noticed he lost weight, to be honest.
Oh, he has, man. It's crazy.
I mean, I believe
it's a lot. Yeah.
I believe you.
Well, it's going around on Twitter, like his intro versus like his Good Morning America Football or whatever the interview was. I mean, the head shape. I mean, he carries weight. One of the guys that carries a lot of weight in his face, and it's pretty significant. And
he's a tall guy, so like he carried it well, I would say, when he was a little bit bigger than he is now. But you can definitely notice it, like you said, in the face. It's thinner for sure. Oh, we don't need to go there. Who knows?
I mean, if he was on this show, he'd say, "Keep my weight out of your mouth." Okay?
Yeah, for sure. But if I was around a football stadium all the time, building all that stuff, I mean, I'd probably be getting in workouts.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're seeing these guys, I'd be, what? Let me do a quick clean and jerk real quick. Show these guys what's up.
Yeah.
Or just like a nice jog around the field every couple hours.
Yeah.
Clear your head a little bit.
Yeah, amazing facilities at the Mech over there. So
it is. It's a beautiful facility.
It's pretty awesome. But all right, man. That's the show today. Great show, guys. I mean, Jaguars, of course, winning 3 in a row. Got a freaking crazy game coming up this Sunday against the Colts. Both of you guys will be there. Let us know, man. Jordan, what's you got coming up on the Gen Jag YouTube channel?
Couple shows a day for the next few days. Wife's going out of town, so maybe
party at Jordan's.
He'll be texting Jason Friday night.
Come on, boys.
Where you at? You up?
WYA.
Luke and I are going to be getting after it.
There you go. That's what's up. So
we'll have plenty of content over on Gen Jag. Y'all know.
Awesome. All right, Jason. I know you got a good show last night. You got anything else coming up this week?
Last night, I can say it was fun. For me, anyways. But I'm excited about going to the game. May try to sneak a show in before because I'm trying to take it easy this Saturday. Had a couple rough Saturdays, in a row. So I'm going to try to take this Saturday easy. So we'll see.
He might do a call-in show Friday night.
Might do it. Hey, rumor is there's one looming.
He's considering a call-in show Friday night, his channel at 9:00. Okay,
right.
So hey, the link's down below. Go subscribe to both these guys. Help grow the Jaguars community, man. We're all in it together. And, one day we'll all be partying after a Super Bowl together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So drop likes on the stream, by the way, guys. A couple last super chats. We have Jonathan just dropping a $5. Doesn't need a comment. Just drops a $5. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And the Colts fan says, what are y'all's concerns for the game? Be truthful. Real quick, I would just say, maybe like you guys are saying, just Colts playing desperate and kind of I think it's the Colts playing desperate and Shane Steichen throwing just anything he can at the wall and just catching the Jags off guard. That would be me.
Yeah. Trick
also,
play.
like if you miss arm tackles against Taylor, like the rain, and he's a little slipperier than normal, I don't know. The field should be slipperier too for him, so he's dealing with it too. But that could be a little bit of a concern. Tyler Warren is a major concern, and just dealing with a new Colts defense. It's not new in that, they've played over 10 games, whatever, but like not what Trevor Lawrence has seen before when facing the Colts.
Yeah. All right. Well, sweet, guys. Great show. We're going to catch you guys next week right here on Club Jaguar, hopefully when the Jaguars have sole possession of first place in the AFC South. Appreciate all you guys. Go Jags.